Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Today, well, we have to go find Pearl because she went and got herself lost at Detective Acme's place. Went looking for evidence and she called and she ended up here, so I guess we should go pick her up. Hey Pearls. I'm Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya. Pearly. Also, I hope that I don't have the same audio issues I had before. The last two episodes, there was this really weird... I don't know what it was, but my mic audio sounded extremely weird. It might still be an issue this episode, in the next episode, because I'm going to record in batches. I have no idea. We'll have to see when I get into editing. I never thought I'd see you two here. The two of you again. So, is Mr. Ace Detective out of the office? Yes, when I arrived here, there wasn't a single soul in sight. Man, you moved out quick. Say, Nick, doesn't it look like something's changed since we were here last? No. Oh, there's a bag, I guess. Now that you mention it, let's, snoop around his personal possessions. This bag, I'm sure it wasn't here before. It looks quite full. I wonder what can be in here. Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. So? That's true. And truth be told, I have to admit I am kind of curious. I mean, there's probably gonna be something important in this bag. But, like, why? Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Is it a bowling ball? Well, hello there! Eek. He's here. What are you doing, Sir Lawyer? I'm shocked to see a servant of the court ignoring the law so flagrantly. I'm really sorry. Maya made me do it. Nick, I can't believe you. A gentleman never uses a lady as an excuse for his own poor behavior. The real question is, can you afford to waste time lollygagging about here? What do you mean by that? Perhaps I should make myself more clear? Tomorrow's trial. Zvari. Shall we say the figurative? Sir William will be dropping his panties before lunchtime? I don't know what that even means. Wow, Nick, sounds like it's gonna be really exciting. I guess so. Do you want to talk about those panties? Tomorrow's trial. What's going to happen at the trial tomorrow that's so dramatic? Do you know what your biggest mistake so far has been, Sir Lawyer? It was becoming a lawyer in the first place. I mean, that might be true. That certainly does sound like a big mistake, Mr. Nick. Tomorrow will be a day to remember. I, Luke Asme, will take the stand. And then, Zvari! My testimony will prove to be the undoing of the lot of you. Yes, all of you. I will unmask you as the Thieves' co-conspirators. Me? Conspirators? You're quick on the defensive, I see. However, it is not I that is your greatest enemy. There's a far more dangerous threat that you will face during the trial. What are you talking about? Sir Lawyer, if you truly are who you say, I'm sure you've heard of him. His name is Godot. I mean, I've heard of him, but not in the context of the game. Godot, the funny coffee man. I know who he is, but that's about it. Tell me about Damask's identity. What's with the record? Oh. I'm an idiot. There's a record. You guys can't see it, but there's like a little recording symbol at the top left of my screen. And it's because I'm watching the game through my capture card, but I thought it was part of the game for a second. You've taken a step down the path of foolishness. Is that so? To try and defend a career criminal who deserves nothing less than a death penalty. Hey, last time I checked, no one knows for sure that Mr. DeLite really is Damask. My dear lady, times may change, but people sadly do not. Well, you will understand this when you are more mature. Alright, tell me about Godot. Who is this Godot person? It's not surprising that a spirits medium has not heard the name. Godot, the persecutor whose equal cannot be found in this country but in heaven. Godot, a legend or myth, men pin a lifetime of hopes on the chance to simply meet him. Prosecutor Godot. But the best prosecutor in the country isn't Godot, it's Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't that right, Nick? It's no surprise that a spirits medium such as yourself would know nothing of this. But today's persecutor Miles Edgeworth is currently traveling abroad. Huh? In fact, it was Mr. Edgeworth who acknowledged Godot as the best in this country. And you agree with that? Most certainly. In fact, you could call him the Luke Acme of the prosecutor's office. Well, that's good to hear. The prosecution has a fighting chance tomorrow. That's not good. For me. Mr. Nick, is this Godot really that strong? I heard he has a power level of over 8,000. I seem to remember hearing about someone like that. Not surprising. Some people spend their entire lives idly waiting for his appearance. It looks like we're done investigating for the day. Oh, really? Uh-oh. Sir Lawyer, the stage has been set and all the pieces are finally in place. All that remains now is for the dance to begin. A new prosecutor, an ace detective, and a thief. This will be one tough trial. That's... Oh, I should have kept going last time. Well, looks like we're starting the trial today, lads. Yes, save my progress, please. Hey, Nick! What is it? Is something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Mask Glossy I bought. Why? You bought this? Where? From the little tent in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Mask-to-mask publicity photo stuck in the court record. I guess that'll be useful. Come on, I'm guilty! Throw the book at me! Who are you screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did. But it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict. Please! Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually, the thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. You're not gonna, like, stay and watch the... Yeah, sure. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is masked or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. DeLite, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. And how smart is that? Hello. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron DeLite. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I'm gonna need a voice for you. I may have to wait till I hear your objection screen. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I am Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Are you ready for today? He's the one Detective Adney was talking about. Well, are you surprised? He did say he'd be the prosecutor. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of case have you dealt with so far? Ha! None. What? What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never. But you've said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Didn't Edgeworth give you his, seal of approval? Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks, either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Trite. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? The man with the black I'm sorry. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Professor Gobo. It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? Yes. So what? I wonder, how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two? Well then, let's hear from the first witness. Hey, Gumshoe. My name is... No one asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir! I'm kind of mixing my voices together. I'm not in a very voice acting mood right now. Mask to Mask crimes. Mask to Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. Why am I just using my normal voice? He's so confident that he spends his calling cards before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent the card to the lordly tailor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mask to Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. So then the actual identity of this Mask to Mask is... Mr. Godot, what are you... We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. Very well. It's only coffee, after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. DeLite's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask to Mask who stole the urn. I mean, if we can. I'm just noticing that my mic isn't really peaking, or the audio isn't really going anywhere. Is my mic okay? Huh. Well, I have no idea what's going on with that, but the audio, the audio waves are barely moving. Mask to Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. Oh wait, I gotta press it. Hold it! Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zvari, author on Thieves. He's picked it up. An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant to say authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. I'm gonna press you harder. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you? Who is this person? Zvari. He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. If you say so. He's so confident he sends calling cards before he commits the crime. Tell me about that. Have you seen all these so-called calling cards? Of course I have. Except, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card the lordly tailor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real. Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Mask the Mask's emblem. Dogs are going absolutely crazy right now. This is his fifth heist, he's losing Lord Taylor. His fifth heist, and your fifth screw-up, huh? Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? Wow, looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. His pattern's always low precious pieces. Art pieces. Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Eminon. Well, what's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the Crown of Bangura. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. Somehow, Mr. DeLite doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. That's why we're sure it was Mask the Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. Alright, tell me about that. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T? Well, I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. Ugh. I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. And then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions? That's right. It means that Mask the Mask is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mask the Mask who sold the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron DeLite is Mask the Mask. But... Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. DeLite himself. So even though we know it was Mask the Mask that did it, maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mask the Mask that did it. But how? Let me look at my evidence real quick. Poster for the exhibit. The sacred urn is all broken up. One of the villages, supposedly priceless. Moved the night of the crime. Okay, sent before a heist. I will be coming to purloin the most priceless works of art on display at your Treasures of the Crime exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Literally Mask the Mask. Around 1 AM. Not the mask out at me. See, that just proves that Hope is Mask the Mask. And the urn was in the box, correct? So, yeah. Blackmail letter. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. Bring 50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Leaves a record when used. A shot of mask and mask striking a pose. I have no idea how this is going to be useful at all. He's so confident that he sends calling cards before he even commits the crime. He sent a card on the lordly tailor. His pattern is to always go after the most precious art pieces. So I'm sure it wasn't mask to mask. It was mask to mask. Oh, it has no monetary value. You know, it's not that good. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn that doesn't rise, The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn? The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask to Mask normally would go after. Gotcha. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the secret urn was not the work of Mask to Mask? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but... Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask to Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot? What do you have to say? This coffee here. This coffee here. It's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got in my mind right now. Mr. Trite? What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mask to Mask that sold the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask to Mask's methods. A fake. A fake, excuse me. A fake Mask to Mask? Fake to Mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Tailor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Tailor that night was in fact fake to Mask. Ooh. Oh, the blackmail letter, right? Yeah, at 1 a.m. and that's when it was stolen. So, take that. What is this evidence supposed to prove? Ha! Well, it proves someone here is a fake, alright. It proves that this lawyer is a fake. Was that wrong? These prosecutors sure know how to twist the knife. Oh, god dang it! What do you mean? Maybe something on there that shows it's a fake? I mean, maybe, but like... What? Ooh, it could be the outfit. Let me compare the pictures. Aha! Take that! The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer to show us what about this picture is so peculiar. The fact that whatever's like right here is missing? Take that! It's right here, of course. You mean Mask the Mask? I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? Sure is. The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest. A breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. Need to retreat at once. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the mask on the security camera photo. He has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again! That's not hard to do, Gumshoe. Sorry to tell you. Order! It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I mean, can we blame Gumshoe for this exactly? Hey now, if you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? The brooch you're talking about. Yeah? Do you mean this? That's Mask the Mask's brooch. Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Amy Faye statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy is one cool customer. That's also illegal. But then again, we kind of do the same thing, don't we? It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. What? Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron DeLite's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Ooh, that's not good. Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Found in the shadow of Amy Faye's statue. Looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Okay. I think I know where this is going. He said there was a fight or something, whatever he just said. But no, because he was knocked out, so something else happened. Ha! You mess with Godot. Then you get burned. Ugh, he's been playing me like a violin. Played me like a damn fiddle. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring in the next witness into the courtroom. Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Next time! Thanks for watching! If you liked what you saw, you can go ahead and hit the like or subscribe button down below. Don't forget to check out the main channel, and if you're interested in checking out my other content, why don't you take a look around? That being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one, so take care!